Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. This is Chai Leaf's Tarot, where we get to your greatness one tea leaf at a time. Let's just jump right in. Let's get into it. This is all signs. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. What is happening these last 2 weeks of April? And again, this is timeless, so whenever you see this, it still works, okay? So the next 2 weeks coming in, ooh, okay. So I don't know. The one question coming into my mind is, do you know the Muffin Man? Okay. Because it seems like you know something more than you're putting on. So somebody, whether they have a muffin top or they're just like love muffins, or you literally go to the tea shop and you've seen beautiful muffins, like, and the person across from you is the crush, whatever it is, do you know the Muffin Man? Who's the first person that pops into your mind? Let's just go with that, okay? Two of Swords, peace and harmony, needing to take the blindfold off, keep reassessing the situation at hand. Okay, so it's kind of like you know that person, but do you really know their intentions? What are they omitting? Whether it's like legal or like the actual politicians, do you really know your local politician? Just because they're saying whatever, who's funding them? Where's the money coming from? Are they supporting sewage sludge into your farmlands as a thing, and you're like living next door? Do you really know what's going on? And you have the ability to search, and yes, be a little cynical, okay? This is the time where experts are not experting. The experts have gotten it wrong for like decades. Something new is abounding, okay? So you can free yourself. You don't have to. It's kind of like the blind leading the blind, except the Muffin Man or whoever that is to you is holding something back. You don't really know them how you thought. And it could also be like, maybe you're feeling like, do I even really know myself? And the question is, you need to look inward. Take this blindfold off. Do a me-to-me conversation in the mirror and be like, do I really know what I want to do? Did I file my taxes? Don't forget to file if you're April 15th coming up. The Hermit, loneliness, unattached, soul searching, time needed. Oh, wait. No. Loneliness, unattached, soul-searching, time needed, or time alone. Exactly. So it's kind of like maybe you need to look within. You see how she could easily take her blindfold off and reassess. Like, her hands are not tied up, nothing. She could open her hands and then take the blindfold off and look, there's like a world behind her of like different things coming in. All you need is a little time to yourself to establish boundaries, or what you think the truth is, right? You've been force-fed or spoon-fed too many things. Kind of like the universe is asking you to open your third eye right now more than ever, and kind of like actually follow your gut and your, I don't know, whether it's cynicism or conspiracy, or just think like, how would, I think his name is Diogenes of Sinope, Sinope. Look up. He's like a cynical person. Like, is this your biped? Like, he holds up a chicken, says, is this your man? You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're trying to say. So he really has no F's to give. He really is just like searching for the truth, and is kind of like, really sees it as a fun game, right? Ace of Wands, new beginnings, birth, new ideas, and creation. There you go. There's a new world, a new class of like what it means to be a truth teller emerging, whether that's you or whether that's you changing what type of information you're consuming. Like, was this part of propaganda? Do you know every 30 years, you're like, let's say you're in the US, the government or whatever, it has uncovered different files that they keep under wraps, whether it's like the Hollywood process and like things that are pushed out. You're kind of reading through things and you're like, you know what? Why not follow my thoughts. Kind of like Alice in Wonderland. You can believe 7 supposedly impossible things before breakfast. Whether that's I can do anything I want to, I'm amazing, I'm kind, I'm loving, or it could be more like external. I believe everything I was taught from K through 12 was a lie, or there were lies baked within. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like it's giving 1984, but not just now. Now it just seems like it's more than ever, but it's been like this, especially the last decade, 2 decades, right? Just look up how the water treatment is in your city and you'll see it's mostly sewage now. And you're like, wow, I thought they used water, and you were already mad about the pesticides and the glyphosate. Now this levels too? Okay, that's weird. Like biosolids, that's POO, right? Ew. So King of Swords, man over 25 years, brown eyes and brown hair, cold, abrasive, demands respect. You're coming in and you're like, nah, if I'm going to eat healthy and I'm going to really do my research about what I'm consuming, whether it's literature, science, whatever, like I want to know who's on the sources, what conflicts of interest, what are their biases. Look up for the sophists, right? SOPHISTS. What are sophists, like arguments? So like the straw man effect, the things like that, arguments that are kind of like framed different to put, like basically propaganda. Don't fall for it. You are like, nah, the more, like the truth will set you free. Look at this. And it'll make you a lot of money, because people might be like, how did you know to buy this product over that product? How did you know this was greenwashing versus not? How did you know? And it's kind of like when you have more and more sources, or you tried, you did some research and you're like, I'm not making a decision for you. I'm just saying this is what I found. Do with that what you want, right? You're like, let people be truth finders, critical thinkers, and that in itself is gonna make you be like, people are gonna be like, yo, take my money. Clearly, do you have a checklist about how do you go about this? Stuff like that. 9 of Pentacles, peace of mind and contentment. So you're just so zen. You're like, oh, this journey, this creation, this new start is actually very, like, I'm very optimistic. And even if you're like cynical or whatever, it's in a good way. It's like an optimistic cynicism, right? Like instead of zero trust system, you're like trust, but always verify, shepherdize. Like in the legal field, there's been, for example, a lot of cases that they cite to case law, whether they're attorneys or paralegals or whatever. And there's been a lot of articles about AI hallucinations, right? So they're citing the wrong thing. So maybe you're falling for when you just Google something and AI shows you and it's baked into the wrong information. Check your findings. Don't get okay with stopping at the first source. Trust and follow, verify, right? Before you even think about falling for something or changing your mind and doing a 180 or a 360 or whatever. 180 is a full change of mind. 360 is just maybe you're going to end up back at square one, but at least you're like, okay, cool. I don't have to change my mind on this. What else do we need to know? Page of Coins. Again, with the money coming your way. You're a student of the world and you're going to be rewarded for it. Whether that gives you inspiration to start a business or write a book or apply for that job. Something that you find out in the next 2 weeks will be very good for you. And a lot of it is giving, like self-starting, self-optimism. Like if you garden or something, maybe you're like, you know what, why am I not starting? Somebody else out there doesn't know to be not confident and they're making millions off of it, and I have like a little more practice in, why not me, right? Like have some faith in your work and just know you can change and pivot, and you don't have to commit to anything, right? Like you can always change your mind. That's literally like, just whatever you want to do, right? Mirage, look at this. People are like, I'm not falling for the desert, the like mirage, the fake oasis of water. This is like just emptiness, barrenness. And then we got the cliff. It's like a cliffhanger, but you don't have to fall. You can fly. You're like a bird. You're not just a bird, like, oh, okay, caca. Like literally, you are just like, you're free to make your own choices. You don't have to be thinking you're gonna fall or the ground under you is going to end. This is not that situation. This is more like a obviously not literally. This is you realizing that you can actually do your own research. You don't need someone telling you what to read. Okay, so ball pits, interesting. You remember when you're more of a kid, you're naive. You jump in, you don't know about the germs, and maybe there's like, something that could pinch you under there. You don't know that, and you're just like, this is fun, and the arrows point up, and you have fun. But as you get older, you realize, okay, I can have fun, but I also need to know that maybe the person at this place doesn't clean it. So let me not throw my kid in there, or let me not, let me just verify, trust, but verify, like really check what's in there before they jump in. Maybe, what diseases are out there, XYZ, and then have a little more fun. So you do the thinking for the child in the room or the younger generation or the mentor, mentee. Doesn't have to just be like whatever it is. You see things in a different light the older you get, or the more wise or the more experienced. And don't let anybody tell you any different, like that you are this much has passed in your life and you're supposed to stay the same. No, you could have the same joie de vivre, like joy of life, joy of exploring, but with a little more common sense, right? Like a little more learnedness. And let's see, what else? Universe, what else do we need to know right now collectively? Ooh, estate planning. Get on that. This is, better in 2025 and beyond that, like, there's so many people in the past that were played for estate, whether it's like, there's like different states. If you have Medicaid, they can go after your heirs and just like take all their money, or they can go after you, or they can go after, like, if you have a family member on it, they'll go after your ish. So it's just kind of like each one teach one, reach one. So maybe you're looking into things, going to different events, but don't give your money to the first person that says something. Always verify. Just because someone sounds slick, you're not falling for it. Double check with different sources, right? Because everybody's trying to sell something. Sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not. It's up to you to check. Additionally, wow, message for you, we need to be self-sufficient and self-confident. So start that garden. It's spring has sprung. Maybe look into what is going on. What are local, like if you're in the US, what are local American farms that don't use sludge, or they're regeneratively farmed, or they don't use, toxic foods and chemicals. And if they do manufacture or package the fruit and vegetables and food, that they don't go ahead, because, most in America, internationally, they ship it out to America, stuff like this. They do irradiation of the tools. So, that's x-rays or XYZ. Just look up irradiation spices USA, irradiation meat, and that might turn into carcinogens, right? Or maybe they're an apple and they put like a wax seal around it that doesn't let it go. Maybe it's GMO and not organic, right? So it's up to you. You can be self-sufficient, self-confident. You need to do research, take the blindfold off and jump right in to that rabbit hole, figure it out, and you'll get more and more confident as you go. First, you can start by not having a farm overnight, obviously, but you can start with knowing where to find things. Maybe that baby step, and then you can barter and trade with different people, or become the Sherpa who's like, I don't do any of this. However, I buy from this, I do that, blah, 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 and this is my checklist. Stuff like that is very helpful. You could change like your own community mindset, your family's mindset, of just like, open-mindedness. Additionally, let's see. Ooh, your black tea of the day or your tea of the day, okay, is rose, a black tea, fragrant rose, an aromatic black tea, romantic, smooth, delightful, traditional rose Kongu black tea, delicious, hot or cold. Okay, so we got the triple leaf tea. You're like a triple threat of greatness. There's just so many different things that you have to focus about once you take that blindfold off and deep dive into all your kind of like whatever you're trying to figure out, the people that you're like, I elected that person or I did this, but do I agree 100%? Who's in the room with them? Who are they married to? What are they doing? All of that turns it in. Like, is this what I really wanted? Is this whatever? Remember Diogenes? Look up that philosopher. Be cynical, but have fun with it, right? And obviously don't drink this if you're allergic, but this is like caffeine gives you that little boost of thinking, free thinking, but that romance of life, that joie de vivre, that's all coming back to you, all right? So until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.